In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make a sketchbook using materials from your home. If you don't have a needle, you could sculpt one using wire or a paper clip. You could use a variety of threads to sew your book together. If you don't have any thread, you could use dental floss, a shoestring, or some yarn. The front and back cover of your sketchbook could be made out of a cereal box or a snack box. Just make sure that the front and the back are the same size. For the insides of your paper, you want to make sure that your paper is no bigger than the front and the back cover. The insides of your sketchbook could be made with recycled paper, an old file, old maps, old projects that you would like to redo. Anything will work. Brown paper bags, aluminum foil, anything that you can paint on, anything that you can tear. I've decided I wanted to have a folder inside my book, so I'm going to use an old bag that I've saved from a trip. I used the cover of my sketchbook as a template to know how big to cut my bag. Your sketchbook could have as few as 6 pages and up to 30. Just keep in mind, the more pages you have, the harder it is to sew together. You want to have about 1 inch to 1.5 inches spacing between your holes. This will vary depending on what size your sketchbook cover is. Here you'll notice I'm clipping my pages together with a binder clip. If you don't have a binder clip, you could use a snack bag clip or a hair clip. The idea is to hold your pages together while you puncture a hole using a straight pin or a tack through the pages of your sketchbook. Once you have all the holes punctured through the sketchbook, it's now time to sew the pages together. With whatever thread you're using, you want to measure across the width of your book 5 times. Sewing these pages together is perhaps the hardest thing to demonstrate. Just keep in mind the idea is to start on one end and wrap your thread around the pages, working your way to the other side. This stitching technique is called Japanese bookbinding. While it helps to hold the pages together with a binder clip or a snack clip, you do want to be careful that your thread does not get stuck on the end of your clip. Again, the idea is to wrap your thread around the pages of your book. On the end, you want it to look like an L. Once you've created the L off the end of your book, you do a zigzag motion of wrapping your thread around the pages of your book all the way to the other end, where you'll form another L. It does help to have a needle to thread your book pages together. Again, if you don't have a needle, you can make one using wire or a paper clip. If you don't use wire or paper clip or a needle, you will have to be patient about threading your pages together by hand. Here at the end of the book, I'm forming another L by wrapping to the side and on the top. Now I'm going to zigzag my way back to the beginning where I'll tie off the end of the thread. If you have done this as an actual Japanese bookbinding stitch, you'll see that every hole has been threaded through and that there is string going all the way across. To tie this off, just simply double knot it twice.